Hi everyone, Stepan here. I have the black pieces in this one. I'm gonna play d5. Hopefully not have a lost position at any point during the game. I want to play a good game regardless of the result in the end. The last couple of games I was lost completely and managed to somehow unbelievably swindle my way to a win in both of the last two games. Okay, we have a Semislav Meran main line. Let's see what he plays. Okay, I'm gonna go a6, now e4, c5. We'll see whether he plays d5 or e5. This is all mainline theory. If he plays d5, I'm going c4, bishop c2, queen c7, I think. D, F, E, knight g5. We will see. We will see. I mean, this is a very thematic position. Okay, he plays for d5. I'm gonna go c4. Now after, he could also throw in d first. I think that they transpose either d or bishop c2. This is going to be a fun game. My opponent knows theory, obviously up to move 10. We will see. So now the plan for him is knight g5 at some point, where I have to go knight c5. And then I want my queen on c7. Let me just see if everything is okay with the video, by the way. I hope the sound is okay. Let me know if it's not. Okay, I think it should be okay. So bishop c2, queen c7. I actually played knight c5 against a Finnish international master in round 1 of a tournament in Limone in January, and ended up losing that game even though the position was equal. I was really unhappy that I missed. So I had an obvious move, simply moving a piece away, but instead I blundered horribly because I missed the simple move completely. And yeah, I lost the game. Here, if he does play bishop c2, I'm not going to experiment with knight c5, I'm going to go queen c7. The point is to reinforce the e6 square with knight c5 and have the knight defended twice, and also prevent bishop f4. Okay, bishop c2. I'm gonna go queen c7. Although trying knight c5 again may be fun, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna play queen c5. Queen c7, excuse me. Now d, f, e. Knight g5, knight c5. I don't remember playing mainline theory for 11 moves in a training game on Lichess. Ever, probably. Okay, fe. And the main advantage for black in this position, or the imbalance, which is an advantage for black, is the 3-2 pawn majority on the queen side. So the line goes something like knight g5, knight c5. e5. Okay, he doesn't play knight g5. He doesn't play knight g5. I think knight g5 was the move, although castles is probably also okay. Now, do I play knight c5 preemptively, or do I try to develop? Kind of like bishop d6, because that prevents e5. I could also play bishop b7, because that also prevents e5. I'm pretty sure knight g5 was the move. So bishop d6, what can he do? He cannot play e5, because I go knight e5. Although bishop d6, e5, knight e5, knight e5, bishop e5, rook e1 seems to work. If I go bishop d6 and he goes knight g5, I go knight c5. He doesn't have queen h5. I don't think I can take on h2 if bishop d6, knight g5. Okay, I'm just going to go bishop d6. I think it's more precise than knight c5, although I could be wrong. Because I'm threatening to castle. If I castle, I think I have a comfortable position. If he plays rook e1, if he plays rook e1 here, I'll probably play bishop b7, so that on e5 I have bishop f3. And yeah, but he has queen f3 attacking my rook, so I'd have to castle, and then he takes on d6. So on rook e1 I don't have bishop b7. So on rook e1 I probably have to play e5. Rook e1, e5, knight g5 castles, knight e6 wins an exchange. So rook e1, e5, knight g5, knight c5. I don't want to give up the d5 square for his c3 knight. Although I think I'll have to if he plays rook e1. That's a strange move. I don't think I've ever seen bishop g5 in these positions. The knight belongs on g5. So now again, he's not threatening e5. He's not threatening rook e1, so I have time for both castles and bishop b7. The question is, which is better? Can he play bishop f6, knight f6, e5? No. If I go... well, he could go knight d4. But then bishop h2 works, so I think I'll just castle. I don't see a downside to this. Because I can take on f6 with the rook, and I don't think I'm running into e5, bishop h7, because my rook defends against queen h5. So if I get in one more move, bishop b7, then my position is very, very solid. Apart from the weakness on e6, which is now I want to say pretty hard to target because he doesn't have knight g5. Do I have any knight g4 tricks? And maybe rook f3, queen f3, bishop h2, king h1. Or even knight d5. I don't know, my pieces seem very active. And I'm ahead on the clock, which is a good thing. It's usually never the case. If I play bishop b7, then I think I'm really happy. Unless he can play e5 with something devastating. So now if he plays rook e1, I can actually go bishop b7, because on e5 I have bishop f3, queen f3, and no good discoveries, but at least I have knight e5. Okay, queen e2 again, same issue with bishop b7. He cannot play e5. He cannot play e5. He cannot play knight d4. He doesn't have knight g5. I think rook e1 was still better than queen e2, but at least now he has rook a d1 as an option, threatening rook d6, queen d6, e5. Although even then I have bishop f3, queen e5, or ed and bishop e2. I think my pieces stand better than his. And I think it's now time to start considering b4 as an option, with a follow-up of either queen c6 at some point, or even queen a5. With bishop c6 ideas. So b4 is a serious candidate. b4, knight a4, queen a5, queen c4. Okay, he plays rook a d1. That seems sensible. Again, I don't want to play e5. I could play rook a8, but I don't think that brings me anything. He doesn't have rook d6. Does he have e5 now? Let's say it's white's move. e5, bishop takes f3. If queen takes f3, then anything takes on e5. If e takes d6, then bishop takes e2. And then d takes c7, bishop takes f1 or d1. I don't really know. So I don't think he has e5. Then again, I've been wrong before. I don't really want my rook on the e file. It's never going to open. So let's have a look at b4. So b4, if his knight has to go to b1, then that's an accomplishment. If his knight... Well, I actually don't want to undefend c4 just yet, because queen c4 could be coming with check. So can I throw in h6? And if takes, rook takes. h6 gives me some loft, but it also gives away the light squares. I'm thinking rook c8, rook a c8. Reinforcing the c4 pawn and giving myself the option of b4 and queen a5 and bishop c6, because then the bishop is defended. So rook a c8, he doesn't have e5. He has rook d6, queen d6, e5. Wait, let me check rook d6 again. Rook c8, rook d6, queen d6, e5, bishop f3, queen f3, knight e5. He doesn't have rook d6, so I'm just playing rook c8. He doesn't have e5 or rook d6, so this has to be fine for me. Now b4 becomes a real possibility. b4, knight a4, queen a5. Attacking the bishop on g5, so threatening... Okay, I'm stupid. I don't have queen a5 because my bishop is hanging. So I need to watch out for that as well. But b4, knight a4... b4 is a definite candidate. I need to keep looking at that. It may work. Now that I've defended the c6 square and the c4 pawn, it could definitely work. He could try rook d2 here. That actually seems like a good move. But then I think I have b4. And if knight a4, c3, bc3, bc3, the rook has to move. The rook moves to d3. Then I could threaten bishop a6 by playing a5. I don't want to liquidate the pawns that quickly on the queen side. That's my long-term advantage. So if rook d2, I could consider something like bishop f4. Rook d2, bishop f4. Does he have e5 there? No. Because again, bishop f3. And if bishop f4, bishop... Okay, let's say rook d2, bishop f4, queen f4. Threatening nothing. I also have to consider knight e5. I also have to consider what happens on knight d4. Am I forced to play knight c5? Knight d4, bishop h2, king h1, knight c5, g3. So I don't have bishop h2, I think. I'm 6 minutes ahead on the clock. This has never happened before. So rook d2 is probably... Okay. How does this change the position? He wants to play bishop g3. Can I go knight e5 now? Knight e5, knight d4. No good. b4. Can I go b4? Oh, maybe I can go knight c5 and then b4, forcing the knight back to b1. But what else did I gain? Not much. Can I go knight g4? with the threat of rook f3, queen f3, knight h2. Knight g4 seems like the only aggressive option if I don't play b4. Knight g4 he has to defend. He could go bishop g3. But then bishop g3, hg3, rook f3, gf3. Yeah, he's gf3. I don't like knight g4. I could try knight h5 with the idea of knight f4. Knight h5, knight c5. Knight h5 is not good. I'm struggling to find the move here. I don't like the fact that my bishop is only defended once. But if he's going to play bishop g3, that won't matter much. Do I play b4? b4, knight a4. b4, knight a4. Can I go e5? b4, knight a4, e5. Maybe he wants to play knight g5 now, so maybe I should play h6. Yeah, I'm gonna play h6. I don't want to allow knight g5 now. If he goes bishop g3, I think I'm definitely playing bishop g3, hg3, b4, knight a4, e5, because then the knight doesn't have the d5 square. And I'm not blocking it in my bishop if it's not there. These Meran positions are extremely complicated. Okay, I'm taking. Now b4. b4, knight a4, e5. Fixing his weakness, making his bishop worse and making my bishop better. The only problem is that his knight gets the f5 square. But that shouldn't be an issue because I can play knight e4 or bishop e4 in many positions. So b4, knight a4, e5, knight h4, I could play knight c5, but then he trades. Okay, I'm playing b4. I don't want to waste too much time. Let him think about this position. He still doesn't have e5 because of queen f3. And it's finally time to advance my majority. If he plays knight b1, my c4 pawn is defended sufficiently. And he could consider e5 here, but again bishop f3. Still 4 minutes ahead on the clock, that's good. I don't want to give up the f5 square lightly, but I'm not sure how he can defend his pawn on e4. Also, I don't really want to allow knight d4, so I think allowing the knight into f5 is less bad, let's put it that way, than allowing it to d4. Okay, he does play knight a4. Now I was thinking e5. Are there any good alternatives? He wants to play knight d4 now. If I go queen a5, I will be threatening both knight e4 and bishop e4. Well, not really, because my d7 knight is not defended. So my d7 knight is the issue here. I could simply play queen c6 and on e5 go knight d5 and on knight d4 I resign. So e5, knight h4. How can I increase the pressure on e4? If queen c6 doesn't work, then probably e5 is correct. I don't want to allow knight d4, so I'm playing e5. He's probably going for knight h4, knight f5 now, but at least I'm not allowing e5 and rook d6. I know that e5 is a weakening move because I gave up the f5 square, but it takes him 2 moves to get there, and once he does, I can always have some ideas of something taking on e4 and then rook takes f5. For example, if knight h4, queen c6, yeah, knight h4, queen c6, knight g6. Does he want to play knight g6? I don't think so. Knight f5 also threatens knight to e7 check. So I'm gonna have to be careful. So queen c6, knight f5, rook ce8, threatening knight e4. If he plays f3, wait, can I just play bishop e4? No, I cannot. I need to play queen c6 first. Queen c6, knight f5, rook ce8. Okay, I'm playing queen c6. And on knight f5, I'm playing rook ce8. Now he also has to be careful about ideas of rook takes f5 and queen g2 mate. So after knight f5, rook ce8, if he does nothing, I could consider something like knight h7. Tough position. I have 5 minutes, he has 2 minutes. Knight f5 and the threat of rook f5 is very scary. My bishop is better than his. That much is clear. Because my bishop actually has a target and it's attacking on the diagonal. So I'm not even sure I want to take the e4 pawn. Okay, f3, sensible. Now what? I don't want to play rook e8 unless I have to, but he's gonna go knight f5 anyway. Can I play? No. Do I have any tricks on the diagonal? I don't think so. I mean the diagonal that just opened with f3. I don't have any queen b6 checks. I don't want to play rook c8, but I'm gonna play it because on knight f5 I want to be able to play rook e6, preventing rook d6. That seems very important, because if he gets in with the rook, then I'm much worse. But he gets in anyway, because on rook e6, rook d6 takes, he has knight e7 check. Sometimes I'm an idiot. Okay, he's threatening rook d6. Why did I allow that? So what, am I forced to play queen c7? Why did I allow this? I thought I had rook e6. Can I play knight h5? Knight h5, rook d6, queen c7. Yeah, I'm going to play knight h5. And on rook d6, queen c7. Wait, why did he do that? Can I play queen g6? Queen g6, rook d7, rook f5, e5, queen g3 check. I don't think I have enough. Okay, I'm just gonna play queen c7. I don't want to be running into rook d6. This way I'm preventing it and threatening rook f5 if he plays rook d6. Then he takes rook d7, I play queen d7, he takes on f5. I know that it's a passive move, but I couldn't find another candidate. And I'm down to 1 minute, so I lost my entire time at the end. Okay, he's doubling up. I cannot move a rook to the d file. I don't have bishop c6 because of queen c4. I could consider c3 now. c3, bc, bc. I'm thinking rook f6 and knight f8. Rook f6, rook d1, knight f8. Okay, I'm going to do that. Okay, knight f8. And next I want to play bishop c8 to get rid of that knight. What does this do? What does this do? I don't know. I don't know what this does. I'm playing bishop c8. I need to hurry up. I have no idea what to do. I'm going to play rook e7. Ah, he has bishop b3 in the end. How do I get my queen somewhere useful? I have no idea. I'm going to play rook g6. I'm down on the clock and I have no time at all. If he takes knight e5, I'm taking and playing queen h4 and hoping that works. Okay. What do I do now? I don't know what I'm doing. This position is too complicated for 20 seconds. I have no idea what to do. I'm threatening something, hopefully. I don't know what to do. I'll just repeat if he does. I'm material down and I don't see a way to get my queen to h4. This is the way. Ah, this is pinned. It's pinned. No. No. Okay, congratulations to my opponent. I just missed this. I thought I had queen f2 here. I thought I had queen f2 winning. No. Okay, this was a mental game. Let's see it. Okay. Bishop b7 main move. Okay. Yeah, bishop g5, I don't know. Let's turn on the engine now. Black should be better. Takes b4. e5 is good. Ooh, queen c6 blunder. Yeah, because of knight f5. Wow. Did I even have any chances later on? Bishop takes immediately. Yeah, I had queen g5 here. What am I thinking? And he has to play queen g4. Yeah, I thought the queen wasn't pinned. Okay, I deserved to lose this because I had a big time advantage. And then I struggled to find moves and just played poorly. This was exhausting. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more chess. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.